sat down. Hopefully that's okay. What is going on in my hair? I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh. It's been 1 month since I left Swytch and have started things on my own. It's been an interesting learning experience and journey. So I have enough savings to, in theory, just be retired for a little while, at least 6 months, and go off and do fun things and relax and have a good time. But I haven't been doing that. Instead, I felt called to immediately jump into building the next thing. I've been quite demotivated and misaligned and uninspired for a little while, and it just feels really good to nourish and nurture the part of me that wants to engage in the world, the part of me that wants to create. I've been following these sparkles and they've led me down quite a lot of lessons. The first and most important sparkle that I've had for a little while is doing this, recording videos, talking, speaking to people and sharing things online. That sparkle has been there for a really long time. I've tried to start channels again and again. This is my first day and I'm finally in the clear, both emotionally and physically and responsibility to do that. So I have no excuse. So that's happened and I've learned a lot. The first thing I've learned is I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed immediately. The process of recording and sharing and putting things online really sends me up into my head, into this space within me that's like really creative, sparky and like energetic and excited. And at the same time, it disconnects me from my body. All of that energy goes up and I'm thinking of 10 new ideas. Then I get overwhelmed. I stop. I basically don't unwind from that. And I stop sleeping so well. And then I don't have a lot of energy the next day. And then I'm like lethargic. And then I feel like this momentum that I've created now has nowhere to go or nowhere to be. And then I just get really scared that it's going to all fall apart. I don't know how to contain and create banks around this process that I'm learning to create from. It's my very first steps into sharing in this way. There are things about it that are really exciting and I'm loving, but also a bunch of things that are new and hard to manage. That's my first lesson learned. The process of sharing things like this so far for me has been very destabilizing, unanchoring, ungrounding, and I just get all super excited, but then also overwhelmed. So the other area is that I want to build this new life and work from a different place than previous. I would say a lot of my previous projects, life, work, way of being has been built out of a place of fear, a place of scarcity and lack, basically not enoughness. Like, if I don't do this thing, I won't be worthy. If I don't complete this, if I don't achieve this, if I don't work this hard, then I am in some way incomplete. And that's been a theme for most of my life. I'm now consciously aware of it and present with that. That doesn't mean it's gone away. It's still murmuring in the background, the undercurrent, and I can feel it rearing its head today and this month. I have been more busy this month than I have been in a long time. There's so much going on, like tidying the house, doing my laundry, doing the house up so that we can rent it out over the winter. We're going to move out for a little while. Fixing the boiler, just basic stuff. That's always on my mind, but it's always low priority. Then I have my personal finances and business finances, getting all of that in order, making sure that without income, my credit cards are still paid off, making sure that I have all of my like basic business accounting set up so I can do a tax return at the end of the year, which I freaking hate, and it's just such a blocker for me. Then there is all the creative stuff. Okay, I need to record a podcast this week, I need to feedback of the previous episodes, etc. Then I have to extract myself from the business that I've built. 8 years of shared passwords, 8 years of storage, 8 years of bikes and tools and things that are all over the place. Like I'm so intertwined in this thing, and I have to just one by one pull it apart. And it's a lot. It's actually a lot of stuff to do because for the majority of my 8 years, it's just been indistinguishable. What's mine is the business's. What's the business's is mine. I didn't really worry too much about it. And so all of these things, I just keep in a big long list. Every day I look at it and I'm like, fuck, I have to do all of it. And which am I going to do? I'm always behind and super overwhelmed by all of it. I get into some of the projects and I get started, and then some part of me takes over, like this kind of killer shark. I'm now busy, and busy feels good, so I'm going to keep going and keep doing it. And at no point do I think, okay, is that enough? Have I done enough? Is it okay to rest? It's just, no, keep going. Because there's no way this will ever be complete, and without it being complete, there's no way I will feel okay. So I haven't really been prioritizing rest. I haven't been prioritizing play or things that I want to do. I've just created a system of doing and building and making, and I've just been succumbing to it. I've just been showing up to my own job and been really tough on myself. And I just immediately know intuitively that's not the life and work I want. Something is off, and it feels like I'm building a new version of my existence off an old version of my being. Like new software, old hardware, and the old hardware is like, oh, okay, I'm going to do it the same. And I'm catching that now. I had a brilliant session with my new coach. Her name is Ivy. She's agreed to coach me because she's an excellent coach and I am a prime client for her. And some of the things that we picked up were, I drew this fun diagram. There you go. See if you can see that. There's me, sad and on fire on the top, and there is my heart and sparkles and things that I want to. So that's my like sparkles and mindy creation part, and then underneath is my heart and my body and my grounded system. The idea here is that I've got a separation. I'm making things and getting really caught up in my head and creativity, and I need to do this, I need to do that, and I'm not really focusing on what's true here. The general theme and feeling is like I have a clear space, I have a walkway, and I have the ability and capacity and freedom to build whatever I want. And what I've built is a prison for myself, and I'm now living in it, doing the things, going through the motions. What I want to do is build a life in which I don't want to take a break. I don't want to take time off. I don't want to go on holiday because the things I'm doing are already nourishing. And if I then choose to have a different context or a new experience, that's from a place of yes and awesome, not, I need to get out. And so I'm catching myself here. Today, 1 month on, I've created a new version of the old system, which is kind of the same. What I learned through reflecting with Ivy in the coaching session is this is my safe space. This is my comfort zone. I am comfortable being overwhelmed. I'm comfortable having a lot to do. I'm comfortable running really fast. I'm comfortable being tired. These are things I have learned in my system to be safe and familiar. It's really hard to break free from operating in this way. What this means for me is I can have all the best ideas and some sparkly excitement over things, like I'm going to try coaching or I'm going to try facilitating movement or dance. And I may have the right intention with that and it might be exciting at first, but then the way I approach it and the way I relate to it changes the relationship. For example, I'm now coaching 3 times a week. I need to coach every day or do a dance facilitation at this level. And if I don't do these things, this will happen. And I have to be at a certain point. There's all this self-imposed pressure. No matter how aligned and exciting something is, my relationship to it is coming from a place of, like, I need this thing, or I want it to exist. I need to make it this way. And I'm finding it hard to rationalize and understand, because surely the process of startups and creation and building a life you want recognizes that there is something you don't have yet. But I think the delicate shift is also recognizing that wherever I am now is already enough. Wherever I am now has everything I need. And anything I can do on top of that is gravy, it's a bonus, it's a want. And I don't need to rush over there. And I'm tired of rushing, but I'm also very comfortable doing it. And I'm tired of this tension and I want something to change. And this month has been a beautiful training ground and reflection back to, oh, here is where I still am and here is where I can shift. And so, what's my homework? My coach, Ivy, has suggested I microdose, clocking time feeling enough, okay, and safe. What that might look like is like doing this recording and actually thinking it doesn't have to go anywhere. This doesn't have to be perfect. This doesn't have to be amazing. This doesn't have to be monetized, promoted, scheduled, pressured. I'm just doing the thing that's fun, which is talking to a camera and doing my best to be myself. I'm trying to be okay with that. If I didn't do this, also, if I do this and then I share it, bonus. I'm trying to re-establish my wholesome, nourishing connection to what it is I'm doing and creating and how I'm creating, rather than turning it into this new big, all-consuming project. This already feels good. I'm prioritizing alignment over achievement. Achievement means getting somewhere and completing something. And actually, I don't feel that much different after having shared my podcast versus not having shared it. There is some element of relief that I was holding onto this thing and it's finally out there. But actually, I'm still tired. I'm still overwhelmed. My day-to-day experience hasn't changed. There is a sense of fulfillment and alignment that is reached because there's a part of me that I've put out into the world that feels meaningful, and that was important. But my day-to-day experience is still very much the same. And so I am building a business and life where I don't want to take a week off, but get to and want to, but don't have to. I'm building a life and work where I don't need to take a time off, but I get to and I want to. I'm going to practice also stopping when it feels right to stop, which might already be there. I'm going to have a sip of tea. Just before I started recording this, I actually spilt all this tea on the sofa or on the ground, so everything's a little bit damp. I wonder if I could do morning pages by video. I wonder if I can do my morning journal by video. That was the sparkle I had yesterday during Ivy's session. Video journal every day, just for me, just for fun. And then what if I share it? Ooh. God, the OneNote app on the phone sucks. It's now refreshing my notebook. Great. You don't have to know the way knows the way. I have a feeling that if I recorded, lightly edited and shared a daily video just for a month, let's make it this month. I'm already 2 days behind, but it's fine, 3rd of September. Then perhaps I can get better at speaking. Nothing's changed. I'm just now recording videos instead. But also a lot has changed. I have the capacity and bandwidth and self-understanding to shift this and support to shift this as well. I feel it. I'm so freaking privileged because I have this support. I have this life. I have created this circumstance and I've been given this circumstance that allows me to play in this way. It'd be completely different if I had dependencies, if I had more financial pressure, if I had physically or emotionally unsafe context. So I want to just mention that. I write down what I'm grateful for every day, and it's constantly being grateful for just being able to be here. Nonetheless, the suffering is real. The self-imposed pressure is real. The trauma-based, fear-based living is real. And I'm doing what I can to shift that. I have a strong feeling that I have a lot more potential and capacity within me. I'm just not structuring my way of being in a way that allows for it to come alive. Cool. This started off as a 1-month reflection. This may turn into a daily practice, even if it's just 5 minutes. Lightly edited, shared. Who would listen to this? I don't know. Let's see. And I'm gonna unlabel this as a daily reflection, because as soon as I put anything that says daily or weekly pressure, I'm gonna have to do this tomorrow. No. Anyway.